What's good, y'all? It's Gwavey. I know I haven't posted in a minute. I could come on here acting like everything has been perfect and I've just been working behind the scenes. But honestly, life has been a lot lately. I've been dealing with regular life, trying to figure out my next moves and trying to stay motivated. Trying not to lose sight of everything I said I wanted to create. But even though I wasn't posting, I didn't completely stop working. Because today I finally have something real to show y'all. The first ELOHIM samples are officially in. Before I show you everything, roll up, grab something to drink, get comfortable, whatever your version of a smoke session is, and let's talk. Because this video isn't only about clothes, it's about what happens when you have a vision, start working towards it, and life starts testing how bad you actually want it. I feel like people always show the exciting part of creating something. They show the finished product, they show the package arriving, they show the website launching, everybody buying, and the pictures looking perfect. There were days where I knew I needed to make the content, but I couldn't bring myself to record, and the longer I waited, the harder it became to return. After a while, you start thinking, damn, I've been gone this long, so now my comeback gotta be fire. But then that pressure makes you wait longer. That's the trap I got caught up in. I wanted to wait for the perfect return, the perfect video, the perfect rollout for ELOHIM. But waiting for everything to become perfect was stopping me from making any progress at all. So today, I decided to finally pick up the camera. You feel me? The lighting may not be perfect. I may not say every word perfectly. Everything with the brand may not be completely figured out yet. But I'm here, and I'm creating. And honestly, the entire process made me think about that episode in the Boondocks when Riley was selling chocolate. If you watch the Boondocks, you already know Riley approaches everything like he's running a whole operation. Real mastermind type guy. You feel me? He sees the opportunity and immediately gets into entrepreneurial mode. And that's funny because there's something real underneath that, you feel me? If you're not really paying attention. A lot of content creators, a lot of business owners start like that. You don't begin with a giant company, a warehouse, employees, and unlimited money. You start with one idea. You start with one shirt, one camera, one customer, or one person who believes in what you're doing, and you take whatever you currently have and try to turn it into motion. That's how ELOHIM started for me. It began as an idea and a message. Everybody has the ability to create. It began as an idea and a message. Everybody has the ability to create. You have to discover that part of yourself. That you can take something you imagined and bring it into the real world. At first, it was only a thought. Then it became a sketch. Then you choose colors, placement, materials. Keep changing the things, questioning things, and trying to make a physical product match what you picture in your mind. And eventually, if you keep moving, this happens. This is the first ELOHIM sample. And this is the idea that becomes something you can physically hold. You feel me? This is the first ELOHIM sample. Seeing it in person, completely different from looking at the design on my phone or my iPad. I swear to you. On screen, you can make almost anything look perfect. But when the real sample arrives, that's when you find out whether the design actually works. That's when you can feel the quality, check the fit, and see whether the placement is right. This one right here is one of my favorite details, right? I went with frequency for the drop. It makes sense. This right here, puff print. The whole thing is puff print. Feel me? Heavy, heavy, heavy. The message behind it is called created through frequency. Because at the end of the day, frequency never dies. You feel me? Frequency never dies. And what do I have on the back, you may ask? That frequency never dies. You got more concepts, of course. We have them. I'll show you right here. There's a couple more. There's like, limited other versions. Let me know what you think. I didn't want to make something that only had a random design placed on it. I want every ELOHIM piece to connect to the larger message of creation, purpose, and finding deeper within yourself. The material feels it's heavy. It's not too tough, but it's like 350 GSM. If you guys know what that is, it's a little bit midweight, heavy, light. It's nice. It's breathable as well. It's breathable. It is soft. It's not gonna give you no scratches. People have the scratches or whatever. It's not gonna give you no what them little things called, the little balls. We don't jack those, of course. And the stitching is clean. I'm not going front. Stitching on the shirt is clean. Perfect prop cut. This is a medium size, by the way. The overall construction of it is just amazing. It seems amazing. Down to the cuff print, even to the front design. And not to forget, each of these each of them will have different front logos. Like, not different front logos, different front fonts. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely came out how I imagined. But there's also things I might change or add on to it before I release it. That's the purpose of making a sample. It's beautiful. See that? That's the green one, cream green. It's nice. Goes well for back to school. It's great colors. Mine was there. But this is the purpose of making a sample. You know what I'm saying? A sample is just supposed to trick you into thinking the product is finished. It's supposed to show you what works and what needs improvement before the customer spends their money on it. For example, I'm currently looking at, adding some size tags, adding some more neck tags, making it feel more authentic, making it feel like you actually can create it. And this is something that you guys can also, design on top of it, make it also yours. You know what I'm saying? Make it your own one of one, instead of having the same shirt as everybody else. That was the idea behind making the brand. It's not for, you feel me? There will be some overextensive designs on some of these shirts, but it's also to make your own one of one, because when I do make my own one of one collections, or my one of 100s, my limited ones, it's gonna be harder to get those. Don't just tell me it looks fire because you support me. If something needs to change, say that. Constructive criticism is constructive criticism can help me create a better final product. Now, you already know I gotta try on the green. I'll put it on nice and slight, feel me? Let me show you how it actually fits on the body. This is a medium. Feel me? Hello. Also thinking about tapering the sides, 2 inches off. Let me know what y'all think about that too. But yeah, man, this shirt, it feels amazing. It's not heavy. It's not too heavy, but it does add a little heat on your body, so it's perfect for the winter time. It is a crop shirt, you see, oversized crop tee for me, and I love the shirt. I have yet to wear it just because I want to see not a perfect rollout, but again, you see what I said earlier, perfect rollout is this topic. So let me know what you guys think, man. It's the only way I could do a perfect rollout, I guess. But I'm gonna just put it out anyway. You feel me? But don't forget, I do have a page for it, ELOHIM Wave on IG. You can follow that page right here. Starting something takes excitement, but finishing it takes discipline. When you first get an idea, you feel unstoppable. You picture everybody wearing it. You imagine the campaign, the website, the release date, and everything selling out. Then you reach the less exciting part. You have to research the manufacturer, compare prices, fix mistakes, save money, wait for responses, and accept that your first attempt might not be perfect. And that's when the original excitement starts wearing off. And if life is already stressful, it's easier to put the entire idea to the side. That's what I've been fighting against. I kept thinking I needed to feel motivated before I started creating again. But I'm learning that motivation doesn't always come first. Sometimes you just have to make yourself begin. You set up the camera, record the first clip, and start working while you still feel uncertain. Then your drive starts to return because you can finally see you moving again. That's why I'm recording this today. This isn't me saying everything is suddenly perfect, because it never is. Nothing is ever perfect. It isn't me pretending I have every part of the release figured out. This is me refusing to let something completely kill an idea that I genuinely believe in. ELOHIM is supposed to represent you finding the creator within yourself. So if I'm telling other people to create, I have to live by that message as well. Alright, tough cookie to eat. I have to continue creating even when I'm tired, uncertain, or worried that people aren't paying attention. Because the truth is, nobody may care at the beginning. When Riley was selling those chocolates, he treated his whole operation like it was already serious. The confidence is funny in the show, but also the type of belief you need when you start. You have to see the potential before everybody else sees it. At the same time, confidence by itself isn't enough. You need a real product. You need consistency. You need to listen to real customers. You need to improve on every mistake you've made. You can only have Riley's confidence, but you also need a plan behind it. That's the stage I'm entering now. I have the sample. The next step is making corrections that are necessary, planning the campaign, setting up the pre-order, and showing y'all the entire process. I don't want to disappear and return only when everything is finished. I want to document the journey, the good decisions, the mistakes, the design changes, the prices, everything that happens in between the sample and the official release. So if you're interested in fashion, building a brand, or content creation, or trying to regain your own drive, I want you to go through this journey with me. Because this is the beginning. Not the perfectly polished ending, but the real beginning. Before you leave, answer these 3 questions in the comment section down below. Would you actually wear these? Would you actually wear these? Be honest. Number 2, what's the strongest detail on this piece? And number 3, what would you change on the official release? Be honest, for sure, be honest. I'm going to use some of your comments down below as feedback. I'm going to use your comments below as feedback to make some final decisions. And if you're building something of your own, comment it down below what you're working on. It could be a clothing brand, YouTube channel, music, art, a company. Doesn't matter, anything. Sometimes seeing someone else start something completely from scratch can give you the push to start again. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm getting consistent again, and I'm going to show you what happens with ELOHIM from the sample stage all the way to the official release. I've been quiet, but I never gave up on the vision. It's Gwavey, this is ELOHIM, and we're creating again.